back. It's your boy Jay Hunter, and I'm here in Mobile, Alabama. I've been here a week, and yes, I have seen my grandmother. So today's video is what kept me motivated um, in my bike trip, my bike journey, Hunter Tales. If you haven't checked out the website, jaysumhunter.com, go check it out. Great articles, great blogs, great videos on the website. Great playlist. I'm gonna talk about that today, so stay tuned. So friends and family, and just people just been asking me what kept you motivated. What kept me motivated? I know time got tough, and it did. After a week of riding, and I think at that point I already ridden, close to 300 to 400 miles, maybe even more. Way a lot more. I just thought about that. I was burnt. I got a sunburn. I was really just burnt. It was just a lot of stuff that you can't plan for everything. So a lot of stuff I didn't plan for, kind of bit me in my butt. Definitely didn't realize how how bright the sun was going to be, and just being out in the sun, for up to 12 hours at times. Like I said, I didn't really calculate that. So I just had to make adjustments. So if you ever, go through something like that, don't ever feel like you have to quit, you have to give up, you have to stop. You just have to make adjustments. So once again, what kept me going through is, my family. I truly, thought about my grandma, I thought about my brothers, my sisters, and that really just, ignited, fire, cousins also, don't forget about them, fire under my butt, like I said, I'm no quitter, so I'm not about to start that now, so I don't want to be a part of a family that's, are quitters. So to me, it was more about, building a family legacy that's, about commitment and, purpose-driven life. And, so that's kind of one of the reasons why, also so I can have stories, so I can help them be motivated to get through to their life journey. To get them through what they might be going through, weight loss goals, or career goals. I can say, hey, this is what I did, and they just know that they won't be able to try to BS me. I won't let that BS slide, because I know that I had to go through a lot to finish that journey. By the time I was finished, it was over 1,000+ miles. So I also did it for my unborn child. One day when I have a family, that I wanted to tell them, a story about perseverance and never stopping and never quitting. And you can't tell them that story if you quit. You might start telling that story, and then you're gonna have to tell them how you quit. Or so for me, I don't believe in quitting, and and like I said, it just shows. So another reason was legacy. So I got five main reasons, but as you can see, there's a lot of other reasons under this. My legacy. I'm just 33 years old, and by the time I, pass away, I want to have, and I will have, a legacy to maintain and uphold and, to create. And one thing I notice in this world is if you don't create your own legacy, as a man, they might try to paint you a legacy or paint you their own picture for you. And I don't want no one telling my story but myself. So So once again, I did it for that. So when I did feel defeated or feel tired, didn't feel like I could finish, some of the hardest parts is actually like just the preparation. Some preparation starts the night before, and just like that was the hardest part. A lot of times I just wanted to just be comfortable. So like the comfortability portion, the time frame was real short. So I had to get uncomfortable or had to stay uncomfortable for a very long time. And that's just life. You have those moments where you just, it's just not comfortable, that God don't want you to be comfortable. And that goes to my other part is, we serve a living God. So God wants you to live. God wants you to, be active and to move and to enjoy life, to live life. Because once you do that, he knows that you have to use them. And I definitely did. I had to pray. The first time I rode early in the morning, I think I prayed the entire time. And the second night I rode in the morning, it wasn't as bad, or it wasn't. I wasn't as fearful, because I know it was similar to riding just during the daytime. So, and I saw the benefit of riding, early in the morning compared to, during the daylight when everybody was out. I was able to just, travel a lot further and faster and be more efficient with my time by, traveling early in the morning. But once again, that's that adjustment. That's that belief in something bigger than myself. So once again, that legacy. I don't want anyone telling my story but myself. Business. My current business partners. I got a video coming soon how I was able to raise money. To pay for this trip. Yes, some money did come out my pocket, but some money also came out pockets of business partners and friends and family. So that's another video, but so it was more about commitment to them. Commitment to it, to the point where they know when they work with me that this person is motivated to get the job done, to do a great job, and he about his word. So I wanted that. I don't want to have to be begging people for opportunities. I don't want to have to, because that lowered my value. Anytime you have to beg somebody, and God don't want you to beg for nobody either. So once again, I'm not a beggar. I'm not gonna ever start being a beggar. So I just tell this story, and either you want to work with me or you don't. So that was kind of like the whole mind frame. But once again, if you quit, then you have no story to tell. You can't tell a half-complete story. Well, I started this, and this happened and that happened. Bullshit. Like, we don't care. Did you complete it? So for me, it's all about completing. It's all about going through, because when you're in business, a lot of stuff will happen, and either you're gonna fold, or you're gonna push through. Nike won't be Nike if they decide to quit in the first quarter, or if they decided after the first few bad years of business, or if they quit it before Michael Jordan came along. So a lot of times you are rewarded in life by just not quitting. So another point, haters. So I did it for the haters, so they don't have, they could so they had to be quiet once more. You know, I didn't want to give them no ammo. I didn't want them to, um, to say, I told you you wouldn't be able to do it, so I did it for them, I did it for them, so maybe, because, haters are just a fan that's just on the sideline, so, maybe this a fan would get back on the team, back on the bench, where they belong, so you always got to keep your haters, motivated, happy as well. So once again, a hater is just a upset fan at the moment, so, and, success and quitting are just habits, so I don't want to build a habit of quitting. It's easy to build a habit of quitting. So, but it's also easy to build a habit of success. All you have to do is just do one successful thing after another, and you like, oh man, like it compounds. Check out the Compound Effect books. I think Darren Hardy. But once again, it's just a compound. So if you don't take anything from that, just know that nothing's like success and quit are just the habits. It's the opposite of the spectrum, but it's just a habit. So you either get in the habit of being successful, or you can be in the habit of quit. And I just choose to be in the habit of at least completing what I say I'm gonna do. It's a success, For me, success was just completing that within 21 days. 21 days was just the number of days that I fasted with no food earlier this year, leading up to this idea. So for me, it was all about, it was almost like a circle, and I thought I was going to be able to complete it in 17 days, but my mind knew that I needed 21 days in order to complete this. And it was definitely over 1,000 miles. But once again, the connections, it was really worth it. Like just meeting so many people, promoting so many business on my Instagram, 575 ASM and Jaysum Hunter. It was really worth it. Seeing so many universities, University of Illinois, Ole Miss campus, Mississippi State campus, going horseback riding. I think it's Broken Trails, just another bucket list item. It was really worth it. And all the pain and struggle that I went through also, and not maybe at that time, but looking back, it was definitely worth it. Because if we really admit to it, as Americans, we live a privileged life, compared to a lot of other parts of the world. A lot of us we overeat because we have so much food readily available for us, whereas other countries, they might not. Other countries, they might don't even go a day without hearing a bomb drop over their head or explosion. And America, we don't have those type of issues, so we don't realize how privileged we are. And so sometimes when you feel that pain, that's the only time you recognize or you realize, damn, this is a privileged life, because this is the first time I've been in pain for a very long time, so, and last, but when I got to the point where I wanted to stop or quit, where I wanted to stop or quit, the music really helped me. I was, maybe 30 minutes into the hotel and I'm just out of it, or I just needed something to fuel me. I drink that Gatorade, put my earbuds in, and you know, it just, you know, helped me get me motivated a little bit more. And I got 2 songs particular. Once again, this playlist is on my website, jaysumhunter.com. It's called a Hunter Tale playlist. Go check that out. It's got a lot of bangers on there. But 2 songs that really, you know, stuck with me, that really got me through, was Never Stop, Keep Going by Future. It's off that The Wizard album. And just, you know, that's just a real big motivation song. So a couple of times I listened to that 3 or 4 times, you know, back to back, especially when I was heading towards Carbondale. That really, you know, got me through the last, you know, hump. And then You Don't Know by Jay-Z. I think it's off the Blueprint 1 or 2 album, one of them. I think Blueprint 1. And it, you know, just the lyrics, you know, and, you know, it was more about where I'm headed in life, you know, regarding to success and stuff like that. You know, it's 2 lines that stuck out to me. One is, put me anywhere on God's green earth, I triple my worth. And, you know, the difference between them, they play for ones and I play for M's. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4. So, you know, like, you truly have to have that mindset in order to kind of keep going. Because, like I said, if you stop, you can't share this story. I wouldn't be able to make this video if I stop, you know. So those really what got me going. You know, I drop another video about, you know, the food and what I did to prepare for the trip. But I thought this was a great question, you know, asked, you know, because like I said, after a week, I think all the jubilee from like the building up for it, it was gone after a week. And I had to truly pivot. I had to truly find, you know, a way to finish this, because at one point in time I really had to question God why he put this in my heart to do, because it was, you know, overbearing. But those 5 things really kept me motivated and really, you know, made it fun after I made those adjustments. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for my other videos. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. And, you know, make sure you share. Sharing is caring. Stay blessed.